Hey guys, good morning. Melissa here. So let's talk. Let's talk about some things. Okay, so Anne Hathaway is the newest news saying that abortion is actually merciful. You know, it's amazing to me the stupidity that is running around in the abortion issues. It's not merciful. I mean, when you look at a picture of a baby torn to pieces, it's not merciful. So she's gotten a lot of criticism, rightly so, on The View. Many people have spoken up, which is really good to see that her thinking is really off on this. Um, so, what I wanted to add to this discussion, as I'm usually on these top channels that talk about abortion, live action, etc., is that basically it's really who you are. That's what it's all about. It's who you are. A high class woman is not going to abort her child. She just isn't. She's going to see the value in children. She's going to see that they're a gift. Many women desire children, and they actually have women who can't have children sometimes have a hard time with women who just aborted their child. I mean, here they are trying and trying to have children, and then these women just who, just pump out these children, just want to just get pregnant when the wind blows, just throw their children away. So there's a lot of issues in this. There's a lot to deal with in the abortion issue. There's a lot of different thinking and a lot of wrong thinking in this. But when you want to think rightly about abortion, there is no excuse for it. It's barbaric. It's the intentional killing of babies. So when we want to throw money at the problem, money does help. There's no question about that. Money helps. But there's no reason why if women are empowered, they can't help themselves. We can go out and get a job. I just went over to McDonald's yesterday and they hired me. But yet I was already hired. They were waiting for my social security card. So that, right there, there's plenty of money right there if you want to work your tail off. But I have chosen not to do that because since I have been hired, I have seen another job that I actually want. And the difference in these two jobs is this one is what is I mean I will take McDonald's, but this job, if I get it also, it would be two jobs, and this one is more of a dream job because there's a certain quality to companies you want to look at when you work for them. There's a certain way of doing things. There's a certain quality to certain places that make your job much better. And if I'm a hard worker, which I am, why would I not have the confidence to go for it? So confidence is a huge factor in a woman's life and everything she does. When she has women around her that have built her up, it makes a huge difference. And this is why you want to surround yourself with certain people. So I've had women who have torn me down. And when I was younger, it affected my self-esteem. When women criticize you and condemn you, and there's still that fear of condemnation, like I can still feel that fear of being in trouble just because of what I went through with a forced abortion, with a mother who can't lift her daughter up and, can't compliment her and is jealous or competitive or whatever it is. But I did have a grandmother who constantly said, she's so cute, she's so pretty, when I was little. And that was something that was helpful. But a lot of times, flattery only goes so far. So when you have real friends who really build you up, that's going to make the difference. So I had one of the ladies say to me, "Do you know that you are beautiful?" And I said, "You know what? Sometimes I don't. I don't." And she's like, "You're kidding. You have beautiful skin, etc., etc." And it's just because of those wounds I've had in the past that can make me lose my self-esteem very easily. So it's a purposeful building yourself up too, and remembering those compliments you have gotten, those real compliments, to make you feel good in life and to build you up and realize, I don't have to settle for this dirt. I don't have to settle for this garbage in my life. I'm more valuable than that. I had another lady once at the grocery store. I was in there and she's like, oh my goodness. And I was just standing in line getting my groceries and I'm like, what? And she's like, oh my goodness, you are so, so, so pretty. And I literally looked behind me like, are you talking to me? And I said, who, me? And she's like, yeah, I wish I looked like you. And I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't even think twice. And I've had other women like, oh my goodness, I love everything about you, your hair, your smile, your eyes, everything. And, when you have women who are not jealous and, they're very generous and they can give you a compliment, those are the women you want around you. So as you get built in your confidence, you kind of pull away from the world a little bit. You kind of pull away. You see men differently too. You see, like when you have God, okay, it's very hard for women to walk in a way that they should walk without God. I mean, obviously, if you don't know God, you're not going to have what a lot of women have. And also the men around you. Men are meant to give. Men love to give. It makes them feel good. And it's not even that you need to say thank you. It's just that they know that they have made you happy and it makes them feel good. When you have men around you who can't give and are very selfish, and you're trying to prove your worth, you're trying to prove that you're good enough, you're doing everything in the name of being a good wife, you are actually losing part of yourself. You're losing part of your sense of worth or identity. And when you have men around you who verbally abuse you and emotionally and physically, you are trading a part of yourself to get that validation. Or you're trading part of yourself to help somebody when you really can't help some people. Some guys just cannot accept love. They haven't had a mother who loved them. They cannot accept it, and you need to move on. Men should not be tearing women down. Men should be building women up. So when you come from an abusive background or you have certain wounds, it's very easy for a woman women from abuse mostly are the women who have had abortions. They have something in their life or they didn't know. Okay, and those are the two victims I would say that we need to help the most. The women who did not know, they had a forced abortion, like I had a forced one by my mother. She pretty much ran the show. That's the type of person she is. Her abusive background came into play with this. Or you have women who they didn't know, they thought they were doing the right thing, and they're not educated. So we want to really educate women. It's not always about the money, because you can go get a job, you can live pretty frugal, you can live on pretty much nothing, go and get a roommate, and you're all set. So it's really not about the money, okay? There's Medicaid, there's WIC, let's be honest here. There are tons of resources. It's really a change of heart, of being able to say, you know what? I have a baby and that baby is more valuable than me, and I need to do the right thing even though it's hard. And we see single women working 3 jobs to take care of their babies. So it's a lack of morals basically. And Anne Hathaway right now, she's got the money, but she wants to promote abortion. And it's really sad to see women who have money and they look like they have it all and they're promoting such an awful thing. So abortion is really about educating women in morals and teaching them that they are going to be judged for this. They are going to, unless they come to Christ, they are going to be judged for this, and they need to understand that they need forgiveness. It's not something that you just do and it's not going to bother you. It's an easy escape for women to live outside the reality that they usually did something wrong, that they either got pregnant out of wedlock or they were promiscuous, and I'm not saying that's always the woman's fault. If they were taught to be promiscuous, that again is a lack of training. So, women who have been used are going to be promiscuous. They don't know better sometimes. So this is where we need, I feel, really need to focus in on the abortion debate, is not here's an abortion, an easy solution, but what got you here? Why do you think this way? And to change the heart. And Jesus is the one who will change the heart. He's the one who, if we go to him and we accept him as our Savior, he not only forgives us, but he cleans us up. That's what he does. So don't listen to the movie stars, because this seems to be the trend lately. And it's so sad to think of the barbaric practice of killing children is actually in vogue right now, when it really is not birth control. And it's really a horrific thing to put women through. Women who have already been abused or don't know what abortion is, they are now going to have that scar, and you can heal from it, but it will be a scar in your life. And it's really sad to see influential women encouraging women, young naive girls who don't know what they know, to abort.